Hello, hello. I forgot to pull something up. Hang on. I forgot to pull up my model. Just a moment. Alright, I think we are good. Oh, jeez, why just gotta do this every time? Maybe if I have it smaller, it'll fit. Yep. Okay, it has to be smaller. Okay, there we go. And it's doing this thing where it shows the window size on there. Hang on. Just a moment. Alright, there we go. Fixed it up. Good afternoon. At least in my time zone. I'm sure in other time zones is morning or late at night. But happy Wednesday. Oh, I am tired today. But we got fun stuff planned. We're doing our first horror game Wednesday. It's a little series I planned on starting out on Wednesdays whenever I do get a chance to stream, but those horror games may have to get shoved to weekends in a couple of months. But we can try and work around schedules. Whew. I am tired and out of it today. Probably not the best day to stream, but I'm wanting to stream. It is humid outside. I don't like the weather out. Makes my lips all chapped. But yeah, it's Wednesday, the 4th day of June. Honestly, one of my favorite months, mainly because of it being Pride. I get that not a lot of people enjoy that others date same gender and stuff, but I don't mind. I understand. But we're not going to get into that today. That's not really a horror game day talk. If you have not read the title for this, we are playing Doki Doki Literature Club. It is a game that I myself have hardly played. It's a horror game. I honestly don't know much about it from my own personal experience. I haven't even really gotten to the true horror parts of the game whenever I first play. I think I only got like day 2 or 3 into the game before getting a bit too freaked out and quitting. But that was years ago. This was recommended by Pastel Bubbles. She is the one who had recommended me to play this game for our Horror Game Wednesday, and I'm honestly hoping it goes well. I'm sure she'll be willing to pop in if I need help at all. I am not the best at horror games, but also, from what I've seen about this game and heard, it's not the scariest. There are worse horror games. And I'm hoping to make horror games somewhat of a normal thing on this channel. Because I love horror games, but hate horror movies. I don't know why, but that's just how it works out with me. That's how it always does and always will be with me. I'm just mainly trying to talk to wait for people to possibly join in, say hello. We'll make this known now. This game is not suitable for children. I would not recommend watching it around children unless they can really handle horror stuff or of appropriate age for stuff within this game. I can't even remember everything that goes on in this game, but You should know that this is probably not the best game for your kids. So please don't let kids watch this. I know I watched horror games when I was little because I was a little bit unsupervised. But that also helped fuel my interest for horror as a genre. I still hate horror movies. They make me feel icky whenever they're very realistic. But things like horror games, they don't look as realistic most of the time, so it's just easier for me. I have no idea really what to do throughout this game, but I am honestly hoping it goes well. There is potentially not going to be a stream this Saturday due to things going on. And if that is indeed the case, then I will try and do a makeup stream for it sometime next week. Not Horror Game Wednesday, but definitely a different day. Probably like Thursday or Friday I'll do a makeup stream. Mainly because I have stuff going on Saturday and I don't know if I'll have time between stuff to stream. It would mostly be an art stream again. Saturdays are art stream days where we just chill out and draw. But this is Horror Game Wednesday. We ain't drawing right now. Still trying to find out other horror games that I can play on stream. I do have FNAF games that I have access to. Let me check my stuff real quick because I know I got FNAF World. I have access to. I have Pizza Sim that I have access to. I think. Let me check something real quick. I believe. Do not need my computer audio up right now for random stuff. Yeah, I have access to Ultimate Custom Night as well. Adding that to my library of games to play. I have some FNAF fan games I can play as well. But we'll worry about those a different day. I'll possibly do a poll on what Five Nights at Freddy's horror game to play on a different Horror Game Wednesday. I'm more focused on playing Doki Literature Club and completing the game since I've never done so before. I know there are different routes to take, and I'm honestly not sure which route to take, or even how to do which route. So we're just gonna play and see what happens. This is pretty much a blind reintroduction to the game for me. Gotta clean my glasses first. I know I don't have glasses on my model, but it didn't really fit well with glasses in my opinion. I might make a design of her with glasses. Who knows? I kind of got to be able to see the game, if you know what I mean. Dandy's World's been getting... the fandom's been a bit weird still within Dandy's World, like, as if they're never gonna not be weird. But I've been having a harder time, like, wanting to play public runs, because anytime that I've been a distractor, which I've had the big itch to do, the run usually ends really early on because people want to leave or people get in my way and I die really early on, which is frustrating. But the moment I switch to a different character, I can get the run to last a bit longer. But that's only if we got a distractor. It's like people don't know how to play without one. I know how to play without one. I've done it before. I did a solo run, getting all the way to floor 23 as Gigi. She has bad stamina at 1 star, which only means you have 100. might honestly try recording myself playing Dandy's World and see how far I can get in a solo run again. Because I want to beat my floor record. I've gotten up to my floor record again thanks to a public run, but I didn't want to continue on solo, and that's how it's going to end up being because everybody died by floor 22. And I was an Astra, and I was playing as Astro, so I really did not feel like it would have ended well for me. Now, if I was somebody a bit more useful for a solo run, like Yada or Gigi, or heck, even Shelly, I would have taken being Shelly. But they needed an Astro for the run, I will admit. They needed one. So that's what I was trying to focus on being. But last night I got to a pretty good floor with my sister Bubbles and one of her friends. It was like floor 18 or 19 we ended on because we had Twisted Pebble appear, and I can't really distract him that well. I'm still learning how. But we had a really tough floor before that where it was V, Sprout, and Astro on a floor with Twisted Louie. And it was epic to distract that. Like, I normally don't distract a lot of mains at once, but that was definitely a fun trio to distract. Now, if Shelly was in that, then that would have been way worse. Because she is faster than them. I know I am delaying the inevitable. Can't speak. I know I am delaying playing the game, but I'm honestly a bit nervous with horror games. But the only way we'll really get to know is by playing. So just one moment, and then I think we will be good to start trying. I have a really, really good deck. Normal water tastes bad to me, in my opinion. So I can't always get myself to drink it and stay hydrated. So I use Propel packets to add a bit of flavor, since it is definitely a healthier alternative to like Kool-Aid. And I've been wanting one of my favorites back on the shelves for the packets, but it's not been in stock. It's Black Cherry at our Wally World, at our local store. We have been trying to see if we could find any on the shelves, but they've been sold out for like a month or two. At least every time that we went and actively looked. So my dad, being the best guy that he is, he straight up bought me he just bought me a bunch of the bottles instead. So that way I could have one of my favorite flavors with me. Which is honestly really nice of him. It's like the second time he wanted to do that for me, because it was a time where I really wanted my favorite Propel, but it just wasn't available in the boxes on the shelves. We just know the next time we see Black Cherry Propel, we are grabbing more than one box. It's just one of my favorite flavors, and I just like to keep stock of it. It is very, very nice. Anybody else have a weird dream last night? Because I slapped a person in my dream for trying to call me fat, and then like they called me fat without saying that I'm fat, and then tried to kiss me, which is so weird. It was just some random guy in a dream. I don't even know the guy that had appeared in the dream. It was just weird and awkward. I'm glad that dream ended really, really quick. Don't know what happened much after that, but I gave a good smack. Whew, okay. I think I am at least mentally ready to play. I always have to kind of get myself ready to play horror games. Mainly stuff like FNAF and this. Mainly because I don't know this game as well as Five Nights at Freddy's. I might put up a poll next time for which one of the horror games I should play next Horror Game Wednesday. Yeah, I'll probably do that. I'll put down a few options of games that I'd be willing to play and do and try to complete. And I just like, oh, you guys decide. It'd make it so much easier for me, in my opinion. I have a hard time deciding what I want to do for games, since I mainly pick whatever I'm hyper fixated on or whatever people recommend. So that'll probably just make it easier for us. Are we ready to play? I think we're ready to play. I don't see anybody else here yet, but that's okay. We can do this. We got this. Yeah. So allow us to hop over and start playing. Just gotta make sure it's actually popping up. Yes, it is. Final little warning, this game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. Individuals suffering from anxiety or depression may not have a safe experience playing this game. For content warnings, please visit this. I clicked off of it. I will actually take a look at that, because I want to make sure I put down all the right content warning. I think I can get that. I'm actually going to pull that up now and look at it, because I don't know what all content warning it's going to have. Okay, so it's DDLC warnings. I am trying to find the official website. I know there's a lot of death and a bit of suicide within the game. So, I think that's generally what we have to look out for the most. Okay, so it's ddlc.mee. Oh, that's not .mee slash warning .html. Okay, I actually found someone that actually has the link. Oh man. Come on, someone had a link up here. Oh, it's Mo, not me. It's kind of hard to see this on my screen. Oh, wrong thing. I just want to make sure I am doing this all right. Professionalism. Alright, this is a horror game. Do not take it lightly. It is not suitable for you if you are affected by any of the following themes: depression, suicide, self-harm, and abuse. These themes are merely suggestive, are often portrayed as realistically as possible, and thus may disturb you as if they were real. Furthermore, the above list is not 100% something. For those with extra concern for their mental health, the recommendation, safest option is to avoid playing. So, yeah, if this is gonna affect you, I would not watch me play. That is made known. So, if you cannot handle this stuff, I ask that you do not watch this stream, or at least watch with caution. Just to make sure that you are fine with it in your own mental health, because people don't understand, but mental health is real. But I think we are ready to resume. By playing Doki Literature Club, you agree that you are at least 13 years of age and you consent to your exposure of highly disturbing content. I agree. Oh yeah, I don't have the music up. I need the music up a bit. Or wait, this might actually give me, actually let's play with no audio. I prefer not. New game. Oh, we get to pick our name. Okay, let's go for the simple Mystic. Alright. Hey! I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But she is going to chase after me like this. I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I overslept again. I'm not gonna really try to voice act this because I know I can't. But, once again, making it known, do not watch if you are sensitive to topics that are very touchy. And make sure you drink fluids. My mouth gets dry whenever I talk a lot. In this game, it's gonna involve a lot of talking. I'm not even gonna fully screw that cap on, so that way it's easier access. Alright. But I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Mystic. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Mystic, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I am not a club kid. I've actually tried to join clubs, but I am not very interested in those. I told you already I'm not interested in joining any clubs. Exactly. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? Does that sound like something I would actually promise? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she is going on about. Zoe likes to worry a little too much about me, and I'm perfectly content just getting on the average. I'm content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. That is a perfect pastime. I do not judge. I was talking about how I'm worried you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. You don't really need to socialize to get through college. I don't think, at least. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming as neat in a few years because you're not used to the real world. What is a neat? I have never heard that word. I am searching that up real quick. Neat definition. Okay. Seems to just be a random acronym. If I search up meaning in the DLC. Not in education, employment, or training. Okay. That makes sense. I get why you'd worry, Sayori. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look at a few clubs that makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! I am tired. Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? Exactly. I honestly love that haircut, though, and the colors. They honestly go well with one another. More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit. Even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. School day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. At least we're not having to go through getting an education. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori. Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, Know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori, yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. I mean, come on, a literature club? I mean, it's fun writing stories, but some people's stories just need to be kept to themselves. Mimi. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title of vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I came to the club yesterday. I would bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. Can't tell if Sayori's really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. She probably had this secretly planned, like that conversation where she was just like being like, "Hey, you should really join a club," and we weren't listening. She's like, yeah, sure, I can, I guess. And then she told her club members, like, "Hey, I'm bringing in a new club member tomorrow." And now this is her trying to get out of the promise she had made. I mean, hey, at least we're getting free cupcakes. That is the one good thing out of all this. We get free cupcakes. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go! And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. Okay, that is actually a really creative line. But hey, I probably would sell my soul for a cupcake too if it was that good. I dejectedly fall Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glanced around the room. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Okay, from what I know about this game, she is definitely the cutest. Can't quite remember her name, but we'll get introduced to them in a second. But OMG, the purple. The purple clashes well with the outfit and the face shape. Sorry, artist. I am just looking at this from an artist's point. It definitely must have taken a while to try and come up with the design. But overall, it's a really nice one. Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Mystic, what a nice surprise. I remember you. I remember from what little I know about the game. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. Yes. That is a very reasonable response to being unable to speak. Come on, all these girls are pretty. Who wouldn't want to romance one of them, possibly? What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She is also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest girl in the club. Don't say things like that. Right, her name is Yuri. Very shy and socially awkward. That's honestly a really good standpoint. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, nice to meet you both. Both of you. Blech. It sounds like you already know Monica. Is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Mystic. Why do her eyes look slightly off? Her eyes look a little off. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we're in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Perfect antagonist, if you know what I mean. Basically, completely out of my league. So having her smile at me genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. Come sit down, Mystic. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. I'll get them. Sorry, got a little too excited. Now I make some tea as well. I don't understand the thrill of tea. I've never been a tea drinker. Same with soda. Soda, the carbonation hurts my mouth. Tea, overall weird flavor. I've tried a lot of honey, putting a lot of honey within my tea, and it doesn't help at all. The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Oop, I accidentally. Okay, I didn't skip it. As he already mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one extra space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrap tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate reused to make the ears. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious. Sayori tucks her mouth full and already just managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. Can't help but notice her sneaking glance in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. She probably did. I'm not one for game dialogue. I know I am blasting through this. I am just not a big fan of in-game dialogue. It's just iffy with me. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like I haven't heard this somewhere before. Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything? I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe. Not for, you, dummy. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. It's fine to admit that you made something for a girl. Well, girl making it for a guy, because we're technically playing a male character. Yuri returns to his table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom. Don't worry, the teacher gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Honestly, I would prefer, hot chocolate. Hot chocolate is one of my favorite drinks, if I'm being honest. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not. Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow and then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the litter club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seems really happy here, so that's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? president of the Literature Club, it is my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Yeah. Not exactly what this game will entail, based off just trigger warnings. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Were you a leader to the plate club last year? Hahaha, well, you know, to be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. Feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. Fair enough. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. Must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. She's probably killed off any members who have joined other than the 3 girls that are here right now. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah. We'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these 3. Maybe that's why they were also delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. Honestly, same. Oh, hi! Hi! I did not realize someone had appeared in chat. Hi! Yes, I am playing Doki. I believe this is the first act. I have just started up the game. I am doing my first actual playthrough of it. I didn't realize someone else was actively here. Hello. This is what happens whenever I get early into games, focused on them. I don't notice whenever somebody appears in chat and says hi. I've got to move my phone so that way I can see it a bit better. Maybe then I'll notice more whenever people actually type in chat. I had my desk set up a whole different way before, but I changed it up just based off of pure impulse. But yeah, I believe this is the first act of the game, because I had just started. But welcome! Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Mystic, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. Honestly, chill option. I don't mind it. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. Looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much for reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? Spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her fingers. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. Honestly, I also understand that. having deep, complex stories is honestly a really good way to go as well. That's why, personally, with me, I love fantasy and dystopian novels. Honestly, such good stories. If anybody is in chat and wants to put down what their favorite kind of genre for our novels are, I'd be happy to hear. There's honestly a lot of good options. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in. But it's obvious, by the way, her eyes light up, that she finds herself comfort in the world of books, not people. But I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination, completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Very fitting. Also a good genre. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? Wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I honestly have personally never read surreal horror. I might eventually try and read something like that. I am not holding myself up to that because I've already got a book that I am reading right now. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why's that? Well, Natsuki's eyes stared over me for a split second. Never mind. That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud. Give that back. Fine. Your cupcakes, your poem, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Siri sidles up behind. Is this supposed to say slides? Is that a spelling error that I spot? I feel like that is meant to say slides. Anyway, she slides up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet? I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. No. I personally do not like sharing my writing. I usually write about deep, emotional stuff. really a lot of dialogue. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Aw, I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri looked quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we all share them with each other. That way, everyone's even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Mystic? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Tori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lose my train of thought. Oop. Return. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But, I'm sorry, I thought, Mystic, you all... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy. Theory wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we all can share. Monica looks over at me once more. Mystic, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class to harm Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, Mystic, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right. Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart from the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have to change the grow closer to one of these girls. Alright. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. I guess it starts with writing a poem tonight. It's time to write a poem. I am not ready for poem writing. I personally do not like writing poems. I kind of lost the interest for poem writing back in 5th grade because we had to write like a whole booklet full of poems. I'm not sure. I'm gonna try to aim for Yuri, maybe. We'll see what happens. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. don't know which words would fit who the best. Oh, okay. Massacre. Yep. Jeez, I just gotta look for like the worst one, probably. Yeah. Depression. Oh, nope, that goes to her. Okay. They're almost completely even on everything. Crimson. Just a sec. Sorry about that. Anyway, horror. Eternity? Okay. Guess that word. I don't want to say it. Dark. Nope. Not for her. Okay. Alone? Once again, her. Okay. I'm trying to aim for Yuri. Oh, this is her. What? No. Seth is part of the horror genre she likes. After image? There we go. Explode? Yep. Extreme. Desire. Melancholy? Contamination. Cage. Covet. There we go. I mostly got it. Whew. Hi again, Mystic. Okay, before we continue, I want to save. And then that's for term. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least kept my word. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Oop. I missed that first line. Oop. What's history do? Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't miss anything. Oh, no, wait, I did. Yeah, first line. Thanks for keeping your promise, Mystic. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Come on, like he deserves any slack. Sari told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Mystic always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. It feels weird saying he when I'm a she. Anyway, he helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. You almost set your house on fire once. What'd she do? Burn the water? Did she catch water on fire? That's so. You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Mystic can become good friends too. Sayori. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori. Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, I am noticing we have someone else pop up in chat. Oh, hi. We got someone in chat named Sayori. Oh, jeez. How? I don't know how this is not scripted. But, hi. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So, any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, it won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. We could, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How's this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically look at the book. Take the book. We are roughly an hour into this stream. Friendly reminder, drink some form of fluid. Stay hydrated. It is summertime. It's gonna be intense weather. Phew. Oh, shit. Don't mind me just dropping stuff. That always seems to happen. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is almost buried in the book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little more, but at the same time, I feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. Looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Ah, crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. Well, yeah, if you stare at someone long enough, they're sure to notice. That's obvious. She sneaks another glance at me and her eyes met for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I muttered this sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. Well, I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... It's the book that you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Sure. Just curious. How come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There is an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright. Just wanted to make sure I didn't accidentally give anything away. Besides, basically, it's about a girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escape from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Hey, I would totally read that if it was a real book. Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story. So that dark turn came from nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Mystic? No, it's not that. I can definitely enjoy these kinds of stories. So don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. That's true about a lot of people. It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at a life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. And suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, there may have to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. Very, very true. I am rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I ended up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I'm tired. Not sure how long I can handle streaming today. I'm sure I can handle roughly another hour. I'm probably not looking to complete the whole game today. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago, you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I just put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Ah, yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't like you to, it's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. You open the book and start the prologue. I just understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. Looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? You don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... oh, jeez. Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's against Yuri's and hold my book more between the two of them. Ah, I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. Feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. Ah, I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. Ah. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Ah, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. Okay. I'm gonna pause for a second, because I'm going through this a bit too fast, in my opinion. Oh, there's my drink. This art, overall, looks so pretty. That honestly must have taken hours to draw. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. Ah, that's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses a lot of the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remained silent for a moment. A mystic? That's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. So embarrassing that you think that. Wait, I didn't mean in a bad way or anything. Ooh. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I meant more that it's kind of cute. Ah, what are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Ah, Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. Ah, it's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. Gotta share the poem with the class. No, geez, I don't have a particular order to do this in. Can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem first? In all honesty, I'm not sure who to share with first. I'm not sure who to do first. I think we're gonna go for Yuri. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion to be fair. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh. Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my palm again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. is the reason I was able to tell. Just there are a lot of specific writing habits. They're usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most notable things to recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is both the style and expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it is as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There's so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. That's if you can be a little biased, so. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. I'm sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny, after all. Isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Okay. It isn't cursive. Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. That's honestly not half bad for a poem. I'm sorry. I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But you took a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I liked the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. I just learned I can use the keyboard for this game instead of clicking on the mouse. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Mystic. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lingering in her last remaining place of comfort and unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so. Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all of this. But in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Mystic. Me too. pick next? We got Sayori, Natsuki, and Monica. I think I'm gonna go with Sayori next. Go from top to bottom now. I just don't like all the long dialogue. This is a good poem, Mystic. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. But that's why you impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. Oh, hello, we got someone else in chat. Hello. Welcome. Ice Clover MC. Hello. Hello. I'm not really into it yet. That doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying to do things like this for other people, that's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, and I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then. Yay! She likes being held accountable, doesn't she? Now, you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you miss me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, make me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Simple. It's more of a rhyming one, but fair enough. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No. Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. At least it makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. Didn't mean to say it was a bad poem. Came out nice, or how should I put? Sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school, it's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. Next time I won't forget. I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Let's go check out Natsuki next. Mystic, if you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home. What? Harsh? What? You expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? You think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about? Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I'd tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, yes. Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Now you'll probably think it's stupid. Eagles can't fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Oh, it's eagles can fly, not can't. Yeah. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles fly. People can try. But that's about it. I don't understand. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all so sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. I can set up for a rhyme at the end, but I made it fall flat on purpose. Yeah, it was a bit flat on the rhyme. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Monica. Hi, Mystic. Having a good time so far? Oh, yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Mystic. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? What's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon? Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Mystic. I was going ooh with my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, I always count when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it works anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked, though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You did your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying some different things a lot. Could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. And that's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. It doesn't mean I always feel the way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See, the directions spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend. I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. For my retinas already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realized now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. So, what'd you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of stuff has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? I'm not sure if I know how to put it. Guess you could say I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. And epiphany? I cannot pronounce the word. Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Phew, I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. And a lot of talking too. Jeez. Push. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns his poem to the desk with one hand. Guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to tried that hard to come up with something nice to say things, but it really didn't come out nicely at all. I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Theory liked it, and Mystic did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but it's been a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. And Mystic liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Doki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so interested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. And that's not what Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Mystic appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I was someone whose boobs magically grew with size bigger as soon as Mystic started showing up. Really? They had to put that line in? Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting guys. Suddenly both girls turned towards me as if they noticed I was just standing there. Mystic? She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point of making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Mystic. Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not unnecessarily limiting yourself. It's also ways. You understand that, right, Mystic? Well, how did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. But whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So, of course, who is that going to be? Yes. My next choice that'll actively affect the story. I get to either agree with Natsuki, agree with Yuri, or get Sayori to help. But since we're trying to go down the Yuri route, with no knowledge of how to do so, I believe we pick Yuri. Natsuki. You're right, I liked your poem. See? Wait. That's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different. That's not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously. I understand. Yuri? She's a seriously talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed. Well, but here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it and it becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute. I see. I didn't notice that I'm sorry. Natsuki took it way too far. Yuri means well, and if you just told her how you felt, this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that... Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said some things that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should too? Oh, this is a lot of back and forth, back and forth. Whew. Natsuki clenches her fist. In the end, nobody's taken her aside. She's trapped. At this point, be defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up even feeling bad for her. Sometimes when I'm her, it helps to take a walk and clear my head. Sorry, she doesn't need to. You know what? I'm going to do that. It'll spare me from having to look at all your faces right now. Without warning, Natsuki snatches her own poem up from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumples up the poem with her hand and throws it in the trash. Natsuki, she really didn't need to do that. I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at her desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in the adjacent chair. Everything alright? I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now. No, Yuri. How could anyone not have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled it as well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you. Well, alright, I believe you. Thanks, Mystic. You're too kind. I'm thankful to have you as part of this club now. It's nothing. One more thing. That one thing that Natsuki said. About, I would never do anything so shameful. So, what thing did Natsuki say? Well, never mind that. She's talking about when Natsuki mentioned that her chest had only gotten bigger whenever I joined the club. Never mind that. I'm going to make some tea. Good idea. Make enough for more than one person, okay? Yeah. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. Mystic, how about you? Yeah, I'd say about the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you'll learn something from your friends, too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, did I learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes? With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I thought to myself with newfound determination. Mystic, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. Can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Oh, I need to open up my second drink. Jeez, this is so much talking. Took me nearly 2 hours just to finish one drink, but still. Sayori, about what happened earlier? What do you mean? Between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's barely the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise, they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew. Mystic, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. Every day is going to be so much fun. Looks like Sayori still hasn't got onto the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but CCU Sayori is an internal monologue sometimes. Okay. Yeah. Let's do this. Unrestrained. Massacre. Tenacious. Afterimage. Wrath. Existence. Tone. Doki Doki. Oh, that one to her. That's okay. Agonizing, silly, destiny, sensation, bones, nightgown, amazing determination for kid. Agonizing. Incongruent. Disoriented. Frightening. Entropy. Variance. Uncontrollable. Intellectual. Eternity. Anxiety. Melancholy. Covets. We're on third day of the game. We're getting quite far, I will admit. At least I think we're getting far. I kind of hope we are. My mouth is getting way too dry, way too quick. Whew. Okay. Another day passes, and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi, Mystic. Yo, Sayori. Looks like you're in a good mood today. I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all. I see. It's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kind of hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? Why that all of a sudden? No reason, really. I just wanted to look at it. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. Then she turns it upside down and lets its contents spill onto the desk. When 2 small coins fall out. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori. That's not fair. How did you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming to the club room. So either you're not hungry and want an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would lend you some. There's one more thing. You're always hungry. And so, that only leaves that one option. I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, it means you deserve to feel guilty. Okay, that's just a little mean, I will admit. Like, if I had the spare money to do so, my good friend from really early childhood needed a snack that bad, I would have given her the money. I happily would have done so. I probably just would have asked for a little bit of the snack in return. Yuri suddenly giggles. I didn't know that she was listening in. Her face is in her book, as always. I wasn't listening or anything. Just something in my book. Yuri, tell Mister to let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. Frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your stuttering is fair enough retribution. I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed into my book. I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. Doesn't happen much. What's the fun side of you? There's no way you could think that. You were right, though. I did something bad, now I have to accept the retribution. That. Still, coming from you, Sayori, I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there? Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But we wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Flap. Yeah. Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. Ow. That was a cookie. Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Is this a miracle? It's because I paid my retribution. Actually, that one almost works. I was just gonna give it to you. But then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally wasting your reaction, though. Natsuki! That's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Sayori hugs the cookie. Jeez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Sayori suddenly cups her hands over her mouth. I bit my tongue. You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez, bakers can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki, then wraps her arms around her. Jeez. I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off her. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie. Hey! Did you seriously just do that? Mouthful, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sayori? Natsuki glances around. Monica isn't in the club room. Where's Monica anyway? Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. I don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. That's true. Excuse me. Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. There you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Monica chose club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. Boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monica quizzically glances at me. Never mind that. What held you up anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. That makes no sense, though. Kind of does if you're really not focused on studying. You have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't wearing to play music as well, Monica. I don't really. I just kind of started recently. Okay, I am looking at these girls and notice something. Monica and Sayori, they kind of look like they'd be sisters. Are they sisters? Not only that, but look at all of them. They all have some form of hair accessory. Monica has her big white bow. Sayori has her little red bow. Natsuki has her ribbons in her hair and that little thing on one of the bangs as right here, the little X with 2 lines at the end. And then Yuri has her little purple clip. That's really cute. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool. You play something for us, Monica. Monica looks at me. Maybe once I get a little better, I will. Yay! That sounds so cool. I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Mystic. Monica smiles sweetly. Didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently. I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So, I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I just leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. Looks like everyone was ready to slow down. Sayori's already finished her entire cookie. Yuri's back in her book, and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. Hey, Yuri. I suddenly noticed Yuri's reading a different book from the one we've been reading together. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. No. I was kind of just waiting for you. If that's the case, why don't we go ahead and get started? Yes, let's. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf. The kind with a filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm gonna plug this in at the teacher's desk and then we'll go get some water. She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movement. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts to her speaking mannerisms. Especially because of her long legs. Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. Might as well walk with you. Yeah, why not? Shall we go then? Yeah. Where are you two off to? Yuri's gonna make some tea, so I suddenly realized how weird it sounds to explain this to Monica. We're just filling up the water pitcher. Okay. Sorry, I'm just a little curious. That's kind of a one-person job, isn't it? Monica, please mind your own business for once. What do you want to tell me? There's something wrong with helping involve Mystic and club activities. My mouth gapes. I suppose there's nothing wrong with that. Then let's go, Mystic. Yuri quickly exits the room and I follow. Once in the hallway, she suddenly puts her forehead against the wall. I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that? Yuri, Something about the way she said that made me feel so irritated. What's wrong with me? No, Yuri. I think you did the right thing. Oh, I do not have the energy to keep playing this game. It's the dialogue for me. So much talking. I think I'm about ready to finish up for the day. I'll finish this day in game, and then we'll probably stop whenever it comes poetry time. Anyway, I think you did the right thing. I wasn't expecting it, but it's also not right for Monica to judge people like that. Mystic, how come even when I do something bad, you're being nice to me? Because nothing that you do is passing, make it seem in your head. Nobody's perfect. We have emotions, and we can't always hide them in any way. But you always amplify things in your head. Your mind turns a light rain shower into a hurricane. No. Wouldn't you hate me for something as terrible as that? Why would I hate you? I can't hate someone for having emotions. What kind of friend would do that? Friend, you say? Yuri lifts her head. Mystic, I really like being friends with you. Thanks, Yuri. I like being friends with you too. I feel kind of awkward saying something like that, but I'm doing my best to help Yuri feel better. Anyway, yeah, shall we go? Yeah. Yuri and I walked to the nearest water fountain. Once we filled the water pitcher, we returned to the classroom. Mystic, do you like oolong tea? Yeah. Anything is fine. Very well. Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees. Now it's time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others. Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything. In that case, you'll only be even more impressed. Perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show. And you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking. And I decided I would try expressing myself a little more. Turns out it's not very hard for me to do so. When it's you who's around anyway. That's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me, Mystic. It's very endearing. Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. Watch Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. Mystic, I have another request. You mind if I sit on the floor today? What's that? It's a little bit easier on my back. I can reach my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk. Sorry. I didn't realize. No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. Is that so? Wonder why that is. It's most likely because my posture, right? Always hunched over like that while reading. Only true gamers and artists know what it's like to have that kind of posture. I get that. 100% understand. Whew. Yes, I have terrible reading posture. That's why we should sit on the floor. I feel like she meant something else. Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieved the book from my bag. I have some chocolate as well. It's bag of small chocolate candies that I kept hidden from Sayori's candy radar. I take it, since it'll go well with the tea. Yuri and I then sit against the wall, teacups and... Damn it. Teacups at our sides. Okay. As we've been seeing, we assume the same reading position as last night, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. I can't see too well. Yuri's eyes closer until her shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hand this novel in the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus. Because now I have to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally managed to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumbled with the chocolate wrapper. Sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. That's okay. I won't take any. Eh? Are you sure? Well, if I touch it, then I might get smudges on the pages. You're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any harder time reading from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri's already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it in my mouth. Then I take another chocolate, and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if this situation was completely natural. Once again, beautiful artwork, and the particles were actually moving. I'm not even sure that's visible on stream, but the particles are actually moving. Okay, yes, it is visible on stream. This would be the perfect background to have while listening to music, in my opinion. That means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. Mystic. Sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that. Well, you were just hoping. That's something that friends do. Right? I mean, not really in this kind of context, but yeah. That's all it was. Yeah. Oh, I wonder what kind of chocolate that was. Because, it would depend on the chocolate. I always have dark chocolate with me if I have chocolate. It's either that or milk chocolate, because I hate white chocolate. Then, don't need to stop or anything. I see. The situation has gotten really tense. Yuri tries to return the book. But I can tell just by her expression that even she can't focus now. My heart is pounding. I nervously take another chocolate between my fingers. But this time, Yuri's eyes met mine. How did it even come to this? Yuri doesn't avert her gaze. I notice her chest rising and falling to the rhythm of her breaths. I raise my arm. Like before, Yuri parts her lips. But it's different this time. I take the chocolate and place it in her mouth. I feel her hot breath on my fingers. I'm sorry, that's a little awkward. Okay, everyone. Yuri jolts back. It's time to share poems. Mystic, you can help Yuri put away tea stuff, right? Yeah, of course. Okay, thanks. The spell was abruptly broken. Oh, I'll take care of the cups. Yeah. Yuri picks up the teacups from the floor. I pick up the bag of chocolates. In the end, we hastily clean up without so much as a word between us. I get the feeling this is something neither of us will have the courage to bring up. I don't know who to share my poem with first this time. I do not know. I think we go with Yuri again. Maybe. Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Did you like it? Mystic, this one might be even better than yesterday's. How'd you even pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday, I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing. Maybe that's why. You did a good job explaining. I really wanted to try giving it more imaginary imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hand appears sweaty. I'm not used to this. Used to what? I don't know. It's fine. Take your time. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offered that patience to her. Yeah. Just being appreciated like this, I guess. This probably sounds really stupid. Seeing someone motivated by my writing, it just makes me really happy. Are you saying you've never shared your writing before? Yuri nods. Really? I don't believe it. I really only write for myself. And besides, people would just laugh at me. Do you really think that? Again, Yuri nods. Huh. Even your close friends? Yuri doesn't respond to that. I wonder why. Anyway, do you want to share the poem you wrote today? Yeah, I do. If it's with you. That raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences. Well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity, the raccoon, an urge. The moon increments its place and reflects that much more light off my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood. Classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread, and I feed myself again. Did she kill the raccoon? I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that! Yeah, it sounds like she killed a fucking raccoon. Excuse my language. It's more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style. poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. If it takes it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. What is expressed the way it feels for me to indulge in more unusual hobbies. Those sorts of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself. So I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Why do you keep them to yourself? Because they're embarrassing. And people would make fun of me. Don't you have anything like that, Mystic? Well, yeah, I guess I do. I feel like everyone has something like that. The best we can do is respect each other and our individualities. Even if it's difficult sometimes and some things make us uncomfortable. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. You're good at a lot of things. Writing, listening. There really aren't many people like you, Mystic. That's exaggerating a little bit. It's just how I feel. Never thought I would feel so comfortable sharing my writing. But now, I almost feel like I look forward to it. It's just a really nice feeling. You're to thank for that. It's nothing really. Yuri smiles sincerely at me. For just a moment, her timidness seems to disappear. We're gonna go in the same order as yesterday. Sayori, Natsuki, then Monica. Oh, I like this one, Mystic. It has some nice feelings in it. Ha, I'm glad. Does that mean it's better than yesterday's? Let me think. I don't know. I guess I like them both. That's not very helpful, you know. Well, I'm not very good at figuring out poems are good or bad. That's why I just go by my heart. If it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem. I'm not sure that's exactly how it works. And again, I guess conveying feelings is a pretty important part of this whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place. Yeah, me neither. Ugh. Why don't you at least try giving it some thought? Oh, you want to write something for me? It's so sweet. Yeah, right. You're always thinking about other people. You can think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point. Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll try to keep it in mind. Well, whatever. Anyway, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes a little bit of both. There's a word for that, right? What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet. Yeah. I like things that are happy and things that are sad. Happy and sad? I can't see you like something sad, Sayori. Well, I like happy the most. Sometimes when you have a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can help give the rain cloud a little hug. And make you a nice happy rainbow. Sayori, that's unexpectedly poetic. It is? Maybe I'm getting better at expressing my feelings after all. Thanks, Mystic. I should go write that down then. You can read my poem now, okay? Bottles. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's a secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine, all rubbing together like bundle of kittens. I reach inside my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. warm and tingly, but there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe. And I put the bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts and bottles, all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends. Each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper, my fingers go, like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping, I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally, all done, I open up and in come my friends. And they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? My friends quickly pull them from the shelf, one after another, holding them out to each and every friend. Each and every bottle, every time I let go, it shudders against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts and shards all over the floor. They're supposed to be my friends. My friends weren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading, something. But all I hear is echo, 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 echo inside my head. Holy crap. Sherry, did you really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was going to try to write the best poem ever? Yeah, but, I mean, I didn't expect it like this. Coming from you. Monica taught me a whole lot. Of course it's Monica. It's always Monica. I thought Yuri was meant to be the deep and brooding one. I thought Yuri was meant to come up with this dark stuff, not you, Sayori. And I've been in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to you being cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good, so you should be proud of it. Oh, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic. You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yeah! Writing's the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die. Don't get ahead of yourself. Sari's always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. I wonder if this one is one of those times. But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Natsuki. Well, I can admit it's better than the last one. It's nice to see that you're putting in some effort. That's good. But I still don't like this at all. It's trying too hard to be serious. What do you mean by that? Poems don't need to be all deep sounding to express something. It's going to just sound like you're forcing it unless you really don't suck at it. Honestly, don't bother trying to write poems like this until you're on Yuri's level. Natsuki stopped short all of a sudden. Don't tell me. You're not just trying to impress Yuri, are you? I am. What are you talking about? Keep your voice down. Yuri would love this angsty. Just because she's a talented writer doesn't mean. Looks like I'm in trouble. Somehow I struck a nerve through what I did. Though what I did is beyond me. I am so done with you. Natsuki shoves the poem I handed her back over to me. Take yours to a poem. If you wrote it for someone else, just don't show it to me. Ouch. But I get bruised letting a younger girl step into my business. Unless I was a mind reader, I was destined to be in world pain from the start. At least Natsuki wasn't really the girl I was trying to impress in the first place. I didn't even get to read her poem. What the heck? That's unfair. You don't get to judge me before I can judge you. Like, come on. I highly doubted your poem would have been much better. Monica. Hi, good mystic. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monica. Alright. This one's good. Feels like you're not only getting more comfortable with your style, but the imagery is better than the last one I read. Just wondering, have you been finding inspiration in Yuri's writing style? I guess so. You can't deny that she's talented. Yeah, totally. I think her poems are the most romantic. That's the best way to describe it. She's like a total different person when she picks up a pen. I noticed that too. Or when she's talking about literature, it's like a light turns on inside of her. Sadly, it's hard to get much personal conversation out of her. Trust me, I've tried. Who knows what's goes on in that head of hers. Maybe don't mean that in a bad way. No, of course not. I just meant that I wish she didn't keep so much to herself. But still, defending her like that, you must be pretty into her. You completely misunderstood. Calm down, I'm kidding. Besides, I'm pretty sure she's already got a boyfriend. Wait, really? Yeah, a fictional one anyway. Monica kind of whispers that last part to me. It's just a hunch, but... well, there's not really anything wrong with that. Oh, well, I know. I was just saying. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, blue. An endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms. Squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a vinyl on pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Load me. It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just a kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess. I kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how the space you write can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. It feels like she's trying to get me to do something and I don't know what. I'm sure if anyone knows, they would say. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might change your mind. Or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this tip about writing? What am I even talking about? Here's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Okay, everyone, we're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so everyone can come sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I didn't really do well with last minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Siri's been working on posters, and I designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. Okay, that's right now. That doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Sorry, I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Performing? But, Monica. Yeah, we're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Suri's putting it on all the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Siri, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting those posters up, did you? Well, I did. Did you really think it was that bad of an idea? Well, no, it's not a bad idea. But I didn't sign up for this, you know? There is no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. Honestly, kind of failure on Monica's end to make everyone aware of that. She's meant to be president of the club. She should know to get everybody's opinion before doing something like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never, in my life, do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys, no, Sari, I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple of days ago. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. Guess I kind of overlooked that. So, I'm sorry. But, I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and put on a good performance, then we will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah, it's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right. It's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feeling that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Yuri looks a little worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. In all honesty, I do, but I don't get a choice. I think that Yuri and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but it's like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. Guess I'll just have to get it over with. Alright. Yeah. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glanced at everyone else's expectant faces. I guess I don't really have much of a choice. That's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously gonna be the death of me. Oh gosh, you'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way, Monica. This is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel more comfortable. Can I go next? Huh? Of course. Now let's see. Monica flips her notebook to a specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Ahem. Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply motion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Saori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica. Ah, thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Yuri? I'll go next. Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. This poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri. It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri is absorbed into her books. Curving words transform into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns and a structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. Jeez. She's really good at this. I could never. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she finishes. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her as if she's bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save the situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterwards and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were caught up so off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem into her chest and rushes back into her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri is down for the count. Okay, I guess I'm next then. Yuri hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks up to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. Sorry, I giggled. Saori. It's a lot harder than I thought. How'd you guys do it so easily? Try not to think much if you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror or like in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best that way. I see. Okay then. Saori begins her poem. Somehow, it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimless, cheery like Saori is. It's sincere and bittersweet. If I had to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come from Saori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Saori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Saori finishes and we applaud. I did it! Good job, Saori. Even Mystic liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? It came out nicely, Saori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. But it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems reviews where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them, depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do in front of everyone. And next time, I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time for the festival, you know. Okay. Now, who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before Mystic. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Mystic lower everyone's standards a little before I have to do it. Natsuki! It's fine. I might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just go for my role for today. I stand up for the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's time to put energy into it. Despite that, once I'm finished, I receive applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. It's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Alright, then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah, I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is calm. It's calm. Why are you all looking at me? Because you're presenting? Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. She's still unenthused. Her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style. It works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. Words feel like they bounce up and down, as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. She hops back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You better not make me do that again. Well, you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people would be way easier. Put on whatever face I want for other people. But it's just my friends. It's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so... I completely understand that. Whew. Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It'd be hard, but I hope that you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez. I should probably find some other poems to recite instead. That's fine too. Doesn't have to be your own. I'm really pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. Makes me really happy. Yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival's coming up, but let's sure to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow. And then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. I can't wait. I can do this. Alright. Stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Theodore and Monica. But I'll do my best to get through. Hi, my moderator's here. Yes, I've been going for 3 hours. I'm actually planning on stopping soon once I am done with this day in the game. It's just taking a hot minute. I've been on this part for almost an hour. I wasn't expecting so much dialogue. Impressing Monica. I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori? Yep. Look at you two, always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys. Don't make such a big deal out of it. Must be a little nice, though. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? Oh wow, you're working on your animating, Bubbles? I hope you're having fun with that. How am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, Mystic. You don't have to say it. Whatever. Let's go already. I want to call my Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, Sayori is being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori. Sorry, I was spacing out. No wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. Like how we get to, Siri fumbles with her words. So, let's just say that one day Yuri asked to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. Well, jeez. I had to make a decision. But I'm trying to go down the Yuri route. So I would have to walk home with Yuri. Walking home with Yuri, huh? Why does the thought of that make my heart pound? Given how hard it is for her to socialize, I would feel awful turning her down, so isn't she so beautiful and smart? This has nothing to do with what I just said. You admitted it. Jeez. There's not even any point in speculating something that's never going to happen. Well, maybe. But I just like to think about it. It's not long before you won't need me anymore, you know? Need you? Sayori, I can't figure out what you're saying. But you're seeing things in your head right now. Sorry. Everyone is different. Nobody in the world is a replacement for you. If you say so. The conversation throws off, and I'm left feeling awkward. But it was kind of her fault for trapping me with such weird questions. I can't just lie to her. But if there's something that can make her happy, I would hate to take that away from her. That's why I said there's no point in speculating. Then again, the festival's only a few days away. Who knows what will happen at that time? And we are going to save here. We're going to override my save. And I think I am definitely done. Oop. Why is it capturing that? Anyway, thank you for popping on in and saying hi during the stream. This was definitely a bit of a longer one. And definitely what I was not expecting to really be doing for that long. It took so long just to get through that second day of poetry. So that would have been the third day in the game. That took way longer than I expected. But overall, wasn't half bad. I'll definitely be probably playing this next horror game Wednesday. Or I might be playing a different horror game. You never know. It's up to you guys, really. I don't care if you guys would rather me play a different horror game or continue playing this one. But I am tired. I need to hop off and go do some of my own stuff. Like I said earlier, I'm not sure if I'll be streaming this Saturday due to stuff going on Saturday. But if I don't, I'll be doing a makeup stream. So, have a good day. And I will possibly see you on Saturday or the next planned day. Bye!